The final home game of the season for Manchester United sees them take on West Ham. Mark Skinner's side, well, they look destined to finish third in the Super League, but after the 0-0 draw against Aston Villa last weekend, and with Manchester City winning yesterday, the Red Devils' chances of qualifying for the Champions League are now out of their own hands. All they can do is win their final 2 games and hope Manchester City slip up. West Ham, meanwhile, have broken the club record this season for WSL points. Ollie Harder's side, 6th in the table. They could jump above Tottenham with a win today. They arrive in a good mood, you would feel, after an impressive win last time out against Reading. The Hammers in good form. Quick look to the Manchester United lineup today. It's the same 11 that started last week against Aston Villa. Martha Thomas had several good chances in that game. Couldn't find a way through, though. She'll be looking to put that right today. Leon Loney, Sina Brun makes the bench. For West Ham, Lucy Parker and Gilly Flaherty are still out. Emma Snurl is also missing, scored a fabulous goal last week, but she won't make the lineup today. Australian international Tamika Yallop comes in as the only change for West Ham. It was only just over a month ago that these two last met in a fairly difficult contest for both teams, fairly horrendous weather conditions. Played out a 1-1 draw. Grace Fisk, the captain, who has just made her way up to the halfway line, was the hero for West Ham, scored a 93rd minute equaliser and cancelled out Ella Toon's earlier strike. West Ham have enjoyed their trips to Manchester this season. Earlier on in the campaign, they beat Manchester City. Mark Skinner's side will have their work cut out here, and I'm sure they know that, as Katie Zellum makes her way up towards the halfway line, the Manchester United captain today. Referee is Lucy May. The two teams are happy, both looking to finish the season strongly. Manchester United still have faint hopes of qualifying for the Champions League. They will need to be more clinical than they were last weekend if that is to happen. It will be West Ham to get us underway in this one. And in support of inclusivity, the players drop to the knee before the start of the game. Hasegawa, the Japanese international, gets us up and running. And Yallop, who is the only change to the lineup today for West Ham, gets her first touch, sends it all the way through towards Mary Earps, the England international, in goal for Manchester United here. She'll be a prominent player this summer at the European Championships, as many of these players will. Manchester United with a fairly risky move, passing away from the back. Blundell brought down. Free kick, which will be taken by Torres Dotter. She will go back towards Earps, under pressure from Adriana Leon. Continuing to pass the ball around on the edge of their penalty area, Manchester United, which is just about working. Battier goes wide towards Thomas, continues her run. On a Battier with a chance! Down towards the bottom corner it goes, and in the early stages here, Manchester United trying to force their way through. Nice break by the Spanish fullback. travelled a long way with the ball. Mackenzie Arnold gets down to make the save, and Battier is denied by West Ham's goalkeeper. Well, that would have been a brilliant start. Will be the captain, Katie Zellum, who will come across to deliver. Penalty area packed with red shirts as Zellum swings one in towards the goalkeeper. Thundered through the crowds. And not cleared, and it's another brilliant chance for Manchester United, put wide by Thomas. Well, a brilliant start to the game for the home team. 2 minutes in, two brilliant chances. This one from Katie Zellum's corner, well delivered into the area. Such a threat from set pieces, Katie Zellum. Testing for the West Ham defence, who don't clear properly, and Thomas puts it only just wide. Did take a deflection on the way through. Another corner here for Manchester United. Katie Zellum with an outswinger this time. Hooked up into the air by Russo and punched away by Mackenzie Arnold. Good pressure this by Manchester United. They have started the game with real intent here, Mark Skinner's side, as Hayley Ladd gets onto the ball. Given away here, and there might be a break on for West Ham as Adriana Leon skips forwards, sends wide. Is this the moment where West Ham can hit on the break? Wonderful work at the back to block. Hayley Ladd back there to deny Svitkova. Cleared up with the ball back towards the ever-reliable Mary Earps. Gets the ball away from danger, although not for long. Svitkova's pass in field finds Leon. Now Kate Longhurst, who picked up her 100th cap for West Ham last time out in their game against Reading. There is Alessia Russo, who has drifted offside. Blistering start to the game. 4 minutes in, though, still 0-0. Manchester United with the best of the chances. Battier putting one wide. And glorious moment for Thomas. Katie Zellum is scrapping for the ball against Lisa Evans. Manchester United win it back, and back they will go towards Mary Earps. Living very dangerously, Manchester United, on the edge of their penalty area. West Ham looking to press. Mary Earps can make the clearance. There is definitely a tactic from West Ham to push very high up the field. They've done well to win the ball back here. Poked on by Zanetta Wine and moved wide for a crossing opportunity here. Evans delivers, gets the ball back here. Another chance to send the ball in. Leah Galton back on defensive duty, makes the clearance away. Through it comes here towards Mary Earps, who is just asking for some calm. Perhaps not surprisingly. It was Manchester United who started the game the better, but West Ham, with their aggressive tactics, playing very high up the field, looking to push Manchester United all the way back to the edge of their own penalty area. And they've set the trap again and won the ball back here. Alatoon sliding in to win it. Passed away neatly down the right-hand side. Battier. On towards Alessia Russo. On 9 goals for the season in the Super League. Looking to get herself into double figures today. Sweeping passing move from Manchester United. Here's Galton, who will attack the byline here. Delivers the ball in. Into the frame of the goal. Well, it was good work by West Ham's defence. They forced Galton wide. Grace Fisk, who got the equalising goal, when these two met 2 months ago. doing enough to force Leah Galton wide. And it's a goal kick for Mackenzie Arnold. Jackie Glernon trying to connect and send on, but again West Ham working hard in midfield and winning it back. Svitkova, who's had a really impressive season for West Ham, moves the ball backwards. Adriana Leon pulled wide, but she ran into Battier. Now Thomas onto Battier, who sends the ball into the area. Questions being asked of the West Ham defence. Sissoko to turn away. Last day of Ramadan for her today. Zellum shifts it wide, and the pace of the game just stops for a moment. Been fairly relentless so far. Has been fairly end-to-end so far. Manchester United trying to control the tempo here. Katie Zellum lifts one over the top and out towards Russo here, who can attack. Alessia Russo with a chance. Driven low and hard, but straight at Mackenzie Arnold. Maybe didn't catch it as she would have liked. Slightly lucky here to see the ball drop at her feet. Grace Fisk will be relieved that this didn't lead to anything, having given the ball away cheaply. Risky pass from Leon, found by Galton. Hasegawa can tidy up. Fisk moves it wide. Longhurst under pressure from Thomas. Goes back towards Mackenzie Arnold. Looking for Zanetta Wine, but won't find her. Ella Toon, who has been fairly quiet so far in the game, goes back to Ladd, who now feeds wide towards Battier. Battier runs into traffic. Yallop thought that was her ball, but it is given in the opposite direction by the assistant. Zellum and Grunen looking to control that midfield area. Thomas brought into play, but she's tackled well by Longhurst, who can carry away. Longhurst looking for an option, finds it in Yallop. Battier working hard to win the ball back. Her contract up in the summer. Has been suggested that Manchester United have an option on that contract. Sure, there will be plenty of interested parties. She will be another to watch out for this summer at the European Championships in what will be a very strong-looking Spain side, a side that you would imagine will be challenging in the latter stages of the tournament. Well controlled by Zanetta Wine. The pass forward wasn't quite the one that she was hoping for, and it will go all the way through to Mary Earps. Hayley Ladd, who has slotted in at the back alongside Torres Dotter, doing a sterling job so far this afternoon, and has done since she has come through into the team. Off goes Leah Galton now. Thomas free at the far post. Heavy touch from Galton, but she does get the cross in. Thomas is the target, and Manchester United find a way through. 11 minutes in, Manchester United 1, West Ham 0. Brilliant break down the left-hand side by Leah Galton, and what a fabulous ball onto the head of Martha Thomas. That's a glorious pass forward by Katie Zellum to pick out Leah Galton in space. She drifts away, and Martha Thomas, arriving at the back of the area, well, she gobbles that up. Exactly the kind of ball that she was hoping for. Big celebrations as Manchester United go ahead. Martha Thomas had a few chances last week against Aston Villa that she missed, and would have been disappointed with looking back on those, no doubt. She's put that right today with a goal, the goal that separates the two sides here. That is what we have come to expect this season from Manchester United. And they might be on their way again here. Ella Toon on towards Russo, feeds back towards Toon. Good cover work by Sissoko. And she can clear away and out for a throw-in on this near side. At their best, this is what we expect from Manchester United, and they look charged up today. Toon can't quite get onto that one. Hayley Lads will start proceedings again from the back with a ball in towards Torres Dotter. Again, it's down this left-hand side where Manchester United are looking to attack. Thomas away, and the sliding challenge had to be timed perfectly, and was by Sissoko. Manchester United do have a corner though, looking to press their advantage. They've already been in this position this season, one ahead against West Ham, and that game ended in a draw. Looking to make it 2. Katie Zellum across for another corner. Zellum takes to the centre of the 6-yard box, and it's glanced away to safety. Perhaps not for long. Battier's ball. Gronin's chance to send one in. Flicked on by Russo, and on the goal line, the West Ham defence being made to work here. Well, they do manage to get good numbers back, and it is sent away. Real danger in the middle with Alessia Russo lurking, but she couldn't send it beyond the West Ham defenders. Mackenzie Arnold was beaten. Lovely ball in by Jackie Gronin to cause the issue. Russo with an intelligent flick on. And both Russo and Thomas working hard. So too with the West Ham defence, who did enough. Given away by Blundell. Chance to break forward here for Zanetta Wine. Excellent tracking back though by Blundell, who has won the ball back. And also a free kick. Zanetta Wine trying to grab it back from Blundell. Too aggressive in her approach, and it's a free kick which Mary Earps will come across to take. What a turnaround she's had Mary Earps on an international level was completely out of the picture, but has now started 7 of the last 10 international games for England. Seems to be Sarah Wiegman's #1. United on the break again. Galton managing to slip in behind the West Ham defenders, but Mackenzie Arnold comes out to gather. Commanding work and a wonderful presence demonstrated by the goalkeeper. Yallop back towards Arnold again, who can make the clearance. Battier scrapping hard for it. Shifted wide towards Thomas. Thomas sends one in, fizzed into the back of the area. Lovely delivery. Really asking questions of the West Ham defence. So Netta Wine did really well to get back to make their header and turn away for a corner. Manchester United, always good from set pieces. They have been causing West Ham problems with these deliveries. And Zellum again will come across to deliver. Into the front post this time, Ladd waiting. Won't quite get there. Must have got something on it though, because it's a West Ham goal kick. Fisk working hard to turn Hayley Ladd away. Well, West Ham started this game trying to force Manchester United back, trying to press them in their own half. But so far, Mark Skinner's side having none of it. Grabbing control of the game and really taking the match to their opponents here at Leigh Sports Village. 1-0 they lead, 18 minutes in. Martha Thomas with the goal after brilliant work by Leah Galton. Here's Alessia Russo. Good hold-up play from the centre forward, brings Zellum into play. Quickly closed down by Brynnis Dotter. Earps' pass well controlled by Blundell, who can lift on. And now Russo. Jackie Glernon. A heavy first touch, but she recovers. And Battier sends on towards Thomas, who's in behind. Away goes Martha Thomas. She plays the pass, and is turned in to the back of her own net by Fisk. Super break by Manchester United again. Speedy work by Martha Thomas, who does the damage. And Grace Fisk just had her body position all wrong and turns beyond her own goalkeeper into the back of her own net. Lovely pass here by Battier. Strength from Martha Thomas. And rather unselfish as she played the ball in towards Russo. Grace Fisk, though, just got her feet all wrong. Manchester United 2-0 ahead against West Ham. So far, they've been brilliant. So far, good for their leads. Martha Thomas, the instigator again. And what a wonderful relationship she's got on this right-hand side with Battier. It's the second goal that they were craving. A long way back from here for West Ham, but certainly manageable. Looking to force their way forward here. Have one a throw-in. Yallop. Can't get past Battier. And Katie Zellum can pass away. Hayley Ladd sends the ball up towards Rousseau. Really nice touch. Ladd has given the ball away here. Chance for West Ham to pull a goal back. Torres Dotter puts her body on the line to get in the way of the shots. And perhaps not surprising that she's still down on the ground. Well, Hayley Ladd gave the ball away carelessly at the back, and West Ham looking to punish. But just look at this for a block from Torres Dotter. Given away here, Hasegawa spotted the move. This is absolutely thundered goalwards by Lisa Evans. Brilliant work by Torres Dotter to get in the way. Jackie Glernon comes across to double check that her teammate is okay. Well, it's good news as she sits up, because just for a moment there it looked as though things weren't looking too great. But she's okay, I think, probably more shocked than anything. Took that one right in the face. Well, that's excellent news. Well, fans love to see goals and beautiful moments, but it's commitment like that that gets you hero status at a football club. Manchester United working really hard to protect their advantage here. For the moment, they are down to 10. Marriott perhaps saying to the referee, I would have saved it anyway, I imagine. Well, Torres Dotter is back up and back into the action. United again breaking in that left-hand pocket of space that Leah Galton has been able to exploit a couple of times in the game. Did so brilliantly for the initial goal. Sonetta Wine does well to bring under control. West Ham can lift on. Chases on for Adriana Leon, but it's Ladd who gets there first. Leah Galton fouled. That will be a free kick. Battier shifts the ball towards Grunen. Well marshalled by Tamika Yallop. You really get the sense that West Ham feel there is an opportunity to get back into the game. They're just struggling to get hold of the ball. Manchester United dominating possession in the match. Russo. Back towards Torres Dotter. Torres Dotter's pass. Sent up towards Goldson, but she's dealt with by Sissoko, who can go back to the goalkeeper, Mackenzie Arnold. Battier looking for the quick give and go, thought about the pass into midfield, but with Brynnesdotter lurking, decides to go backwards. Ella Toon moves on towards Alessia Russo, had continued her run as well and was looking to make her way through on goal, but West Ham working hard to win it back and now making their way forward. Torres Dotter again across. Toon and Goldson looking to combine, but Sissoko spotted that move. Gets across and West Ham clear away. Battier looking for Russo. Sissoko clears up into the air. Fisk comes across to help out. And Alessia Russo drifting into an offside position. Home fans don't mind too much. Has been a brilliant season for her. Her name echoing around the stadium. Mark Skinner saying we're just seeing the best of her. Had a really bad injury, of course, that kept her away last season. Didn't start this campaign until October, really. Fisk under pressure. Back towards Mackenzie Arnold she goes, who makes the clearance up into the air. Blundell ducking to allow Torres Dotter through, and Fisk will have to cover at the back here to keep Goldson away. Battier forward towards Alessia Russo. Couldn't bring under control, good pressure by West Ham at the back. Haven't been able to get things going yet, West Ham, in the game. Manchester United have found a fairly familiar rhythm, though. Would almost be cruel not to see them in the Champions League next year, having been in the top 3 places for most of the season. Dropped out yesterday after Manchester City's big win. Have to wonder, and you have to question what effect that might have on the squad. There are players, of course, within this team who I'm sure would love to be featuring in the big games, big Champions League games. Hasegawa towards Fisk. Wine is forced back. West Ham struggling to find a way through a very well-drilled Manchester United side, although this is a spell of possession up in United's half that they haven't had for a while. And it didn't last all that long. Hasegawa shifts on. Chance for Leon to break forwards. Now Yallop finds Wine, fairly far advanced on the right-hand side. They're looking for the flag, Manchester United. They won't get it. And they're lucky as the effort goes wide. The defenders all looked across towards the assistant on the far side, expecting the flag to be raised. It wasn't. West Ham advanced. The effort, though, from Yallop goes wide. No trouble for Mary Earps. Manchester United continue to lead 2-0. Zellam's ball, searching for Thomas. Good work by Longhurst, though, who can come across. And she sends that one away into touch. Having plenty of joy, Manchester United on both flanks. Thomas and Galton working the fullbacks on either side hard. Katie Zellam, the orchestrator in midfield, providing those quarterback passes over the top. It's been given away again by Manchester United at the back. Evans shifts on. Here is Adriana Leon. Leon's pass. Hasegawa with a chance. Flash through the crowd. And sent wide. Another promising break, though, for West Ham. Adriana Leon was right at the heart of things, trying to create something good here. Just opened up for a chance for Hasegawa. Brynnis Dotter on the slide, couldn't get there. A nearly moment for West Ham. Perhaps a warning sign for Manchester United. They have been a bit relaxed since scoring the second goal. You always get the sense that they have another gear if they need it. West Ham score before the break, though. We have a very different game on our hands. Ella Toon looking for the run of Alessia Russo. Mackenzie Arnold, though, comes out to clear away. Shoved there by Sissoko on Alessia Russo. United take the free kick short. Zelen now gets it back, sends in, too close to Mackenzie Arnold. Zelen managed to find Leah Galton, was looking for the give and go with Ella Toon on the far side. Hasegawa had different ideas and came across to disrupt the move. Manchester United sensed the moment there where they thought they could grab the ball. They were a bit too eager in their approach. West Ham free kick, and Brennisdotter will go back here towards Mackenzie Arnold. You feel that West Ham are perhaps just lacking a threat in attack. Maybe Adriana Leon a bit too isolated. Lovely ball forward, and again Manchester United away, and Groningen trying to get there, can't. Mackenzie Arnold out, and Thomas can't make the most of the clearance away by the goalkeeper. All a bit panicky at the back for West Ham after a brilliant ball forward by Manchester United. Groningen in towards Battier in a central position. Thomas trying to step through the middle, Longhurst battling to win it back. Wanted the advantage there from Lucy May, the referee. Look at that, a fabulous ball. Defence completely split open by that pass. And Mackenzie Arnold gets very lucky that Thomas can't make the most of that. Clever from Zanetta Wine. She can sweep the pass forward into the area to Leon. Big chance for West Ham. Big save from Marriott. Palms away to spare the blushes of the Manchester United defence. Adriana Leon with a fantastic opportunity. And West Ham demonstrating that they're not done here. Zanetta Wine, the orchestrator on the right-hand side, lifted through the middle. Hayley Ladd caught out, but Adriana Leon just couldn't make the most of the opportunity. Big save, Marriott. West Ham corner. Just over 5 minutes to go until the break. Looking to force their way back in the game, and the Hammers send the corner to the back of the area. Brennisdotter leapt high. The best she could do is knob wide. Good press here by West Ham. Lovely pass again from Zellum, and Galton's away here. Leah Galton threads it through. Ella Toon on the charge. Lovely skill. Was that a penalty? Well, the referee has flagged for an offside decision. Had that not been the case, Ella Toon could well have just won Manchester United a penalty. Lovely turn away from Sissoko. Fairly aggressive challenge there from Ella Toon. Hasn't been much of a chance for Ella Toon to get herself into the game. Manchester United's attacking play has been concentrated in wide areas. It has been the likes of Galton And on the other side, Thomas, who have been doing the damage for Manchester United. 2 goals in this game, both coming from Thomas. One was a header, and one her cross leading to the own goal for Fisk. And they are the 2 goals that see Manchester United in the driving seat here. Well, again, there was a chance for an advantage there. Tamiki Yallop wins the free kick, though. And here is Hasegawa, the Japanese international, the base of the West Ham midfield. Thomas on the charge for Manchester United. Didn't know that Svitkova was there. And the West Ham midfielder robs possession. Hasegawa can pick up proceedings, looking to lift out towards the head of Lisa Evans, who has swapped over to this left-hand side, has played the majority of the first half on the right. Scotland international couldn't quite get onto that one. Here's Hasegawa, having to work really hard to protect the ball, with Leah Goldson trying to snap in. Battier with a heavy touch. Svitkova into the area, she feeds on, might be picked up here by Yallop, did well to recover, but again a super block by Torresdotter. And again there at the front post to clear away. Fabulous performance from her so far in this game. And Battier sends the ball on its way. Longhurst chips one in, too close to Mary Earps. And Manchester United's keeper can gather up. Well, it's another nearly moment here for West Ham. Manchester United giving the ball away at the back. Svitkova's pass behind Yallop did brilliantly to recover. But Torresdotter in the way, providing the block. Manchester United protecting their 2-goal advantage. They have a minute to go until the 45. There will be a bit of additional time, you would imagine, because we had that head injury that had Maria Torresdotter down on the ground for a while. Zellum on towards Thomas. Now Jackie Groenen on the spin. Feeds through towards Russo. Russo's chance, just wide. Caught it really well, had the power, but not quite the accuracy to find the near corner. Very nearly a 3rd goal for Manchester United. Brilliant build-up here. Groenen right at the heart of things. Fed through towards Russo. Sissoko did just about enough, though, to force Russo wide. And there was no trouble in the end for Mackenzie Arnold. 2 minutes of additional time at the end of the first half. 30 seconds into that already, as Mackenzie Arnold makes the clearance away. Leon sends it forwards. Looked promising for West Ham, but Manchester United have it back. Now look to break quickly. Here is Leah Goldson. Has Russo waiting in the middle. Fisk trying to stand Leah Goldson up. Comes back here to Groenen. Jackie Groenen delivers. Promising looking attack here for Manchester United, but Thomas can't combine with Russo. And Sissoko is fouled in the middle as Russo slides in to get onto the ball that was lifted on by Thomas. Groenen just standing the ball up. But the West Ham defence standing firm. well anticipated by Sissoko. Jackie Glernon finds Leah Galton. Chance for Ella Toon to get in on the action, being marked by Hasegawa. Battier. Now Thomas. Well, she did well to work the crossing opportunity, but Longhurst came across and blocked the delivery into the area. And there we go. That's that for the first half. For the most part, a very convincing first half display from Manchester United. West Ham have had their chances, but it's Manchester United who lead thanks to Martha Thomas. She scored the first, and it was her cross that led to the second, the own goal for the captain, Grace Fisk. And at the break, it's Manchester United who are ahead here. Manchester United 2, West Ham 0 as they go down the tunnel. Welcome back for the second half. Fired up in their final home game of the season. Manchester United turned out a classy first half display against her old sides. It was Martha Thomas who was central to everything good. Manchester United 2, West Ham 0 at the break. Thomas with the first, and then she delivered the cross for the own goal that was turned in by Grace Fisk. West Ham now have a long way to go to get back into the game. Could have all been very different. They definitely had their chances. In particular, the effort from Adriana Leon, who was bearing down on goal. Well saved by Mary Earps. But that perhaps has given them the confidence to shine. There is incentive. Chance for West Ham to finish above Tottenham, which I'm sure they would certainly enjoy. They have come from behind before this season against Manchester United. The 1-1 draw just over a month ago. Manchester United will need to be organised and disciplined if they want to keep things this way, which I'm sure they'll know, and I'm sure would have been discussed by Mark Skinner at half-time. Will be United to get us underway in the second half. Ella Toone gets us up and running for the second half of Manchester United against West Ham. And it's Blundell on the left, who can go back to Maria Torres-Dottir, who was superb in the first half. Couple of brilliant blocks, one heroically to the face, keeping things as it stands at 2-0. Svitkova sending wide, and some work to do here for Jackie Groenen. Earps just manages to get the ball through towards the lad. United can carry over the halfway line. Off goes Battier. Delivers. Good-looking ball, and another big chance for Manchester United as the cross is flashed across the penalty area by Battier. Leah Goldson can't recover. Ella Toone can. Fisk has it back, though. Wonderful work again, this time by Battier on the right. In wide areas, Manchester United seen plenty of success. Russo got there, but was just put off by Mackenzie Arnold. Blundell on towards Leah Goldson. Good recovery by Zanetta Wind. Flag was raised in any case on the far side. Adriana Leon just couldn't quite bring the ball under control. Battier moves on towards Groenen. Thomas. Intercepted by Sissoko, who was looking for the run of Jackie Groenen. She'd made her way forward. Well controlled by Alessia Russo, spins away from Sissoko, delivers the ball in, and there is goal number 3 for Manchester United. On the slide, it's Leah Goldson to send in. Just 3 minutes into the second half, and it's another for the home side. Manchester United 3, West Ham 0. Fabulous here from Alessia Russo. What a wonderful ball that is, and Leah Goldson does ever so well to get there. On the stretch, manages to find the corner of the net. Manchester United at their best. And a tap there of hands and appreciation for the pass. Leah Goldson says thank you very much to Alessia Russo. Well, this is the challenge for Manchester United going forward. Can they play like this on a more consistent basis? The issue is, in the Super League, you almost have to play like this every week to keep pace with the likes of Chelsea. Goldson away again, fed through by Toone. Nice looking ball into the box. They're queuing up here for Manchester United. Zellam's pass in towards Alessia Russo, who is trying to send Battier away. It's Sissoko who can carry away from danger. Svitkova with a crossing opportunity, nodded away by Hayley Ladd. Well anticipated by the defender. Another purposeful ball forward here for Manchester United. Toon has some space to attack. Feeds through towards Leah Galton. Galton into the area to Toon, who strikes. Pushed away by a strong arm from Mackenzie Arnold. Again, another pacey break for Manchester United. Toon feeding through towards Galton, who was patient before playing her pass. And Ella Toon with a fierce strike through the crowd. Just couldn't quite find that far corner. Well, you wondered whether Manchester United might let up a bit in the second half. They're almost doing the opposite. Zellam takes the corner to the back of the area. Well, it looked as though it was about to be another that would creep in. Whistle blown by the referee, and West Ham quickly looking to get things going. Home fans not particularly happy with the decision from Lucy May, the referee. Fans here at Leigh Sports Village hungry for more goals. You get the sense that Manchester United are as well. One back here by West Ham and a chance for Svitkova to break forwards. Adriana Leon was already making her run. I think Svitkova was looking for the pass. Here is Jackie Groenen. Plenty of space on the right-hand side for Battier. Couldn't bring the ball under control. West Ham are off with Svitkova. Tamika Yallop. Zanetta Wine with a chance to come forwards. Has options ahead of her. That's a nice delivery from Evans. Headed away. Hasegawa now lifts one on for West Ham. Nodded away by Hayley Ladd at the back. And then hooked away and up towards the halfway line to safety. Just have a quick look back at the replay of the disallowed goal. Lovely free kick by Zellam. It was turned in by Russo, but there's a foul in the middle. Torres Dotter fouling Mackenzie Arnold, and that one didn't stand. Hasegawa looking to find Wine on this near side touchline, but Zanetta Wine not able to get onto the end of that one, just slightly overhit from Hasegawa. Tough challenge coming up for Manchester United next week with the game against Chelsea, the final game of the season. Potentially the next hurdle for Mark Skinner's side. Can they start to win against the best in the division? And as it stands, Chelsea look like the best in the division. Will, of course, be all eyes on the games on the other side of Manchester. Although you sense, given the fixtures for Manchester City, they have 2 games coming up, that they may well cement that 3rd spot. Torres Dotter picks up Blundell on the left-hand side, who cuts back here towards Zellum. Zellum has a look forwards. And Thomas charging through, looking to do yet more damage to her former sides. She was tracked all the way by Longhurst, and the best she could do was touch the ball out for the goal kick. You wonder how Manchester United might play this one. You would imagine that there may be a chance for some of those on the bench to be introduced soon. Have a few players who have recently returned from injury, the likes of Caldwell. Maybe given a run out. Battier in towards Zellum. And now Jackie Groenen finds Blundell, who's joining the attack here. Jackie Groenen, cries of shoots. I think that's what she was hoping for. Let's see a Russo with a chance. Slammed into the West Ham defence. Ella Toon trying to get in on the action. Now here is Battier. Battier to Groenen. And Ella Toon under-hits the pass back towards Zellum. Brennisdotter can break, although not for long. Katie Zellum doing enough to disturb the attack just as it started to gain momentum. Adriana Leon might be able to do something here. Maria Torres-Dotter in top form, though, to turn away. And the United break, well, it looked on, but it's well anticipated by Hasegawa. Quick give and go with Evans. Wonderful interception by Torres-Dotter. Leon was through on goal, had that pass, made it through, but sliding in. Torres-Dotter, strong contender for player of the match with her performance. Brennisdotter to the edge of the area, Svitkova, who hesitated. Just gave Manchester United the chance to get in, and we'll have to stop here. It's a head injury. Zanetta Wine delivers the ball in here, and Anna Battier just feels she went down holding a knee, but it seemed to be a head injury that the referee was suggesting to the physios on the side of the field. Well, we can only hope that she's okay. Coming up to the hour mark in the game, Manchester United in full control. It's always good to see a player sit up. Here is a replay of the 3rd goal for you. Brilliant from Alessia Russo, spinning away from Sissoko here. And it's a fabulous ball to pick out Leah Galton. And a nice moment for the fans behind the goal as she slides in and instantly looks up to celebrate. Well, good news with Anna Battier smiling and back up onto her feet. Definitely seems to be a problem with the back of the head. So it was that collision that caused the issue. Lucy May, the referee, gets things back underway. Hasegawa quickly collects the ball. And on the far side, back onto the field. Good news for Manchester United on the Battier. Hasegawa looking for the give and go. The pass back was a bit heavy from Jallup. She has managed to recover it though. Battier straight in on the action here. Turns away from Svitkova. And Manchester United find Grönen. Now Battier. Lovely football. Alatoon shifts into a central area. Goldson picks out Blundell. Goldson pulls Sissoko wide. Grönen onto Alatoon. Well, I was just thinking if this leads to a goal, this will be one hell of a move from Manchester United. But West Ham able to step in, retrieve the ball, and they will start again from inside their own half. But there is a hunger for more goals from Mark Skinner's side. Hayley Lads, fabulous pass. Off goes Thomas, nice cut back towards Grönen. And Sissoko steps in. Excellent challenge from the West Ham defender. The whole ball didn't cross the line. And Blundell can move on towards Hayley Lads. Manchester United substitution then. Martha Thomas has had a brilliant afternoon, a key instigator in 2 of the goals. And Martha Thomas replaced here by Kirsty Hansen. Alessia Russo trying to make her way through midfield, but Hasegawa had other ideas. Brynnis can go wide towards Zanetta Wine. And now Sissoko. Not quite onto the feet of Hasegawa as she would have liked. West Ham's through and in on goal here. Adriana Leon with a chance. Well, to be honest, we were expecting the whistle. And it does eventually come. A late flag. Adriana Leon just offside. Grönen. Here is Galton. Galton moves into midfield, a chance for Ella Toon to attack. And now Groenen feeds through. Well, Sissoko sees that one out of play. Not quite the communication between Blundell and Groenen that was needed there. Don't think they quite read each other. West Ham throw in. They are one of a clutch of clubs, West Ham, who you feel have really built some foundations this season for what could be a much more promising campaign next time out. I fully expect next season in the Super League to see somebody else challenge, and maybe therefore there to be a top 5. Maybe not a challenger at the top of the table, but the likes of West Ham, Tottenham and Villa have all had very promising seasons. You feel a couple of additional players could well make a huge difference. Of course, we shall see when the Super League comes back. Torres Dotter to Hayley Ladd. Toon feeds Hansen, trying to win it back, but it's West Ham who have it, although not for long. Battier back to Zellum, and Ladd will start things again. Blundell. Toon in towards Lesia Russo. Toon wants it back. She wants to go for goal and does go for goal. Only just puts it wide. You really get the sense that Ella Toon fancies her chances to get on the score sheet in the second half. It was a quiet first half. Can't quite find the target with this one though. Svitkova. Anna Battier gets there. Wins so many one-on-one duels. Here goes Zanetta Wine. Wide it goes here towards Lisa Evans. The Arsenal loanee cuts in field. Ball straight back to Manchester United though. Another chance for Evans to deliver. Cuts away from Galton. Lisa Evans, chance to send the ball in. Sent it in with plenty of pace. West Ham are unable to get on the end of that one. And Manchester United bring away. Lovely skill. Looks like we are about to get significant change for Manchester United. Here's Ella Toon. Ball has been kept in play. Not for long though by Anna Battier, and it will be a throw-in for Manchester United. But first, we will have some changes. Lesia Russo is done for the afternoon. Laid on the goal for Galton in the second half. Fabulous play from her. Replaced. On comes Brun, the Lyon loanee. Another fabulous afternoon for Leah Galton. Laid on one of the goals, the first goal for Thomas, and scored the third. And so Leah Galton's afternoon also done. Burisa is the replacement, and a final change. A couple of changes for West Ham as well. It looks here, we've got number 9 and number 4, Claudia Walker and Abby Lee Stringer coming onto the field. Off comes Svitkova. And Lisa Evans is also done for the afternoon. Quick change in formation for West Ham, and no doubt for Manchester United too. And finally we have the throw-in for Manchester United. Battier to send in. And very quickly cleared away by West Ham. Zellam's pass to Battier. Blundell under pressure from Brynäs-Dotter. Manchester United quite happy to go backwards before heading forwards. Battier scrapping and losing out, but she has backup in Kirsty Hansen. You always want to finish the season strongly. You sense that West Ham won't want to concede any more. Results do live in the memory, of course. Off goes Yallop. Challenged from behind. And sent crashing into Battier. Well, it's Hansen who makes the challenge, but then it's a crash with the knee of Battier, who's coming in to win the ball. It's quite a nasty one. Yellow card for Hansen. One to chase for Claudia Walker here. Zellam does well, shields the ball out of play, and it's a goal kick for Manchester United, and a touch from Mary Earps, and she hasn't had too many of those in the second half. Abby Lee Stringer. doing her best to try to win it back for West Ham. Stotter. Things open up, her chance to shoot, does take a deflection on the way through. Well, it looked as though perhaps that should have been a corner for West Ham, and that's the protest from Stotter here. Claudia Walker was hoping for a better pass. Here is Brun. West Ham on the charge. No way through this time. Here is Jackie Glernon. And Lucy Staniforth. There was a real hunger from Manchester United as the second half kicked off. They wanted more goals. They have backed off ever so slightly as we approach the final 12 minutes of the game. Manchester United continue to lead 3-0. 2 goals in the first half. Thomas and a Fisco goal. 1 in the second from Galton. Victory here will be enough to send them back above Manchester City in the table, although Manchester City have a game in hand. They have a game in midweek. Then, of course, we have the final day. Abby Lee Stringer cuts in, nearly loses out to Galton. West Ham have it back. Mackenzie Arnold slips as she clears. Forcing their way through the middle. Here come Manchester United. Not if Abby Lee Stringer has anything to do with it. She blocks. Here comes Groenen. United looking for the flick on, and it is picked up here by Staniforth. Sissoko across. Big shout for a handball. Referee says corner. Well, let's watch this one again. I think the arms are up, but I think it hits the chest. Manchester United have been very good from corners. They have a certain Katie Zellum in the team. Zellum takes to the back of the area. Mackenzie Arnold comes to claim. Hansen connects, but it's West Ham who can make the clearance. Fisk gets to the header. And that is just about enough for West Ham. Assistant flag raised on the far side. Zellum's ball again causing problems. Not the most convincing of palms away by Mackenzie Arnold, but West Ham do manage to clear up. I think it's a foul in the middle rather than an offside. Foul called against Hayley Ladd. Groenen wins it. And Battier gets it into the feet of Zellum, and now Blundell. United cutting their way through the middle. Sissoko with a job to do, which he does well. Mackenzie Arnold thumps away the clearance. Just broke in midfield here, an opportunity for Barisa. And another change for United. Jackie Glennon has played a very important role this afternoon in midfield, and a wave towards the fans. And, well, I think her contract's up in the summer. We wonder, well, best not to speculate. Ivana Fuso, the Brazilian, comes on in her place, and a triple change coming up for West Ham. Phyllis, Joel and Hussein all coming on. Seven minutes of the game remaining, well, just under. United continue to lead. Hussein straight in on the action and wins a free kick. Joel just couldn't quite keep that one in play. Blundell's throwing. Nice drop of the shoulder. Staniforth buys some room in midfield. Now Ladd. Staniforth collects and finds Battier. United still trying to force their way through. It's just the final pass that's lacking. Here comes Joel, looking to exploit the space in front of her. Nice looking ball forwards. Can't quite pick out Walker though. Zellum sliding in, won't get there. Torres Dotter has had enough of that, so away it goes, and off goes Brun. The Dane slides forward, Hansen over the bar. Clever, from the Leo Loney. Flicked it back towards Hansen, who was arriving, met it well. Too much on it though, and it goes over the top of the crossbar. That was a lovely touch, and this, an absolute beauty. United struggling against the low block of West Ham, retreating deeper and deeper. Two and a half minutes remain. 2,546 in attendance at Leigh Sports Village today. And there will be, as we understand it, a parade around the pitch at the end of the game, so the fans slowly making their way down towards the advertising hoardings as United attack again. Fisk is penalised, the ball striking the outstretched arm, and the question from Fisk is, what was I supposed to do? I'm sure Mackenzie Arnold will know all about the threats of Katie Zellum. We've seen her score some absolute beauties from here. The referee is happy. Zellum takes the free kick for Manchester United, and Mackenzie Arnold quickly across to prevent that one nestling in the top corner. Didn't really generate the power to trouble the goalkeeper. A minute to go. Manchester United have dominated from the start. There have been moments for West Ham, but for the most part, it's been the Red Devils who have been in full control. Convincing win at home. The final day that they were hoping for, as Hansen gives the ball away. Here's Claudia Walker, has support in Adriana Leon. Leon protects the ball. West Ham deliver the ball in, and Manchester United can clear, although only momentarily. It's well won back by Kirsty Hansen. Abby Lee Stringer, no time to control. 3 minutes of additional time at the end of the second half. Had the break in play, of course, with Monabatier feeling the effects of a challenge to the back of the head. Okay to continue, though. Good news for Manchester United. Zellum to Ladd. Ladd lifts on. Staniforth wins it back in midfield. Zellum slips it through. Has picked up Risa. Managing the game right up to the final whistle. Again, just a lack of communication. Things have definitely broken down a bit since the substitutes have come onto the field. Lovely control from Battier. She has been superb this afternoon. Drifting forward again, space to exploit. She might go for goal and does. Smashed into the back of Sissoko, who came out to close down. Hansen. Ball in, it's good. Header over the bar though from Burisa. Fabulous delivery from Hansen on the left-hand side. Just look at this, right onto the heads of Burisa. Could so easily have been 4, it will remain 3. 40 seconds until Manchester United's home campaign is done. Sissoko does well to protect it, and Abby Lee Stringer passes over the halfway line for the final touch of the game. Manchester United have done what they can in their quest to finish in the top 3. They are reliant on Manchester City's results this week, but they go into the game against Chelsea with a chance of Champions League qualification. Manchester United 3, West Ham 0 here. It was Martha Thomas who was devastating in the first half. She got the first, laid on the second, which was turned in by Fisk for an own goal. And then Leah Goldson added a third in the second half, early on in the second period. Alessia Russo bursting down the right-hand side, laying on the pass for Goldson. And Manchester United, at their devastating attacking best, win here 3-0.